once you are there, your hands can rest on your belly. And you could even find a little movement through the neck, draw the chin to one shoulder and then towards the other. And then find some stillness. And bringing that awareness to your breath, the basis of your practice. And movement that's already happening with your breath. So with your hands on your belly, maybe notice that the inhales expand that front body, expand the belly. Your exhales draw the belly away from those hands, lower. And then again, allowing that inhale to expand. And that exhale to lower, making it a bit more obvious if you wish. Really letting the belly push into those hands. And then as you exhale, actively drawing the belly away from the hands, feel the lower back get a bit closer to the ground. And we'll take a couple more breaths. If you haven't already, maybe breathing a bit more through the nose. Tuning into the sound of your own breath. And then now adding some really subtle movement to the pelvis as you breathe in and breathe out. So it might already be occurring, but now you're going to make it a bit more dominant, or you put a bit more emphasis without overdoing it. So as you breathe in, see if you can find that tilt of the pelvis. It's the anterior tilt. So it's kind of as if you were trying to lift your lower back and you're kind of drawing the tailbone towards the floor. And then as you exhale, think about tucking the tailbone. So now it's posterior tilt through the pelvis and the lower back will get closer to the ground. So see if you can find that a couple more times. Inhale, as the belly expands, there's that anterior tilt. It's almost like you're flattening the tailbone on the floor. And then as you exhale, posterior tilt, you're tucking the tailbone between the legs. That lower back will come close to the mat. And a few more times, just finding that slight movement through those hips. And if you think about it, it's kind of the movement that you do in your cows and cats also. And then let's do it one more time. And then find that place in between. So it's not completely anterior or posterior tilt. You're right in the middle, lower back, a little lifted off the mat. And then bring your feet to hip width. If you took them wide, your knees are also going to go hip width. And then draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze and lengthen your left leg all the way out onto the mat. And then just squeezing that right knee into your chest. Maybe if you're feeling like it today, bring the forehead towards that knee, but try not to add too much effort yet. So your shoulders stay relaxed, your face stays relaxed. If your head was lifted, release it back down and then switch sides. Bring your left knee in, lengthen your right leg out onto the mat. And then again, you might stay here, or you might feel like lifting the forehead towards that left knee, but again, try to keep your shoulders down. Try to keep your face relaxed. And then if the head was lifted, gently lower it back down. And now bring both knees into your chest, one hand on each knee, and find separate circles with those knees. Going in one direction. And then switching direction. And then the next time your knees are at your chest, pause there, give them a hug. Your hands could go behind your thighs or around your shins. Take a full breath in, squeeze those knees in. As you exhale, your forehead might lift towards your knees, finding yourself here into a little ball, beginning to find a bit more action through the core. So drawing that belly towards your spine. If your head is lifted, gently lower it back down. And then as you exhale, open your arms out into a T and drop your knees towards the left side. Maybe gaze over towards the right. Take a full breath in and take a full breath out. Come back through center with those knees and gently lower them towards the other side, maybe gazing towards the left. Breathing in and breathing out. As you come back through center, hug those knees in once again. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then let's lower those feet to the ground. The knees are going to be over those ankles. The arms are going to be by your side, the palms facing down. Coming into a bridge pose, try to engage through your upper body too. So press the shoulder blades down, press your arms down, lift your hips, inhale. And then as you exhale, lower those hips. Keep pressing through your arms. Inhale again, lift the hips. Exhale and lower. Keep the gaze down the midline. One more time, lift the hips, breathing in. And exhale and lower. And now bring hands to your belly. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees go out wide. So that diamond shape with your legs. Pause here, breath in, and a breath out. And then we're going to find cactus arms. So bring your arms out, 90-degree angles more or less with your elbows and your shoulders. Your palms are facing up and spread your fingers and then give a little push through your arms. Give a little push through your feet. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, we're going to bring everything towards the left side. So you're going to bring the right knee on top of the left and then the right arm on top of the left arm. You've still got those 90-degree angles with your arms. Now keep the legs where they're at, they're stacked pointing to the left, and then open your right arm towards the right side. See if you can plant it on the ground. Your chest opens towards the ceiling. Now find this movement 2 more times. Bring that right arm and stack it on the left. And then as you inhale, open up. Right arm towards the right. One more time. Right arm stacks on top of left. And then bring it over. Chest opens once again towards the ceiling. Now stay with your arms as they are, chest pointing up, and then open your right leg. Come back into that diamond shape with your legs. Pause here, give a little push through your arms once again, a push through the pinky toe side of your feet. Squeeze through the glutes. Take a full inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to the other side. So bring the arm and the left leg over. Stack the legs, stack the arms, still those 90-degree angles with your arms. Legs stay in where they're at, and then your left arm opens you up. Left arm towards the left, chest opens towards the ceiling. And then again, left arm comes over, stack onto the right, and open. Inhale. And let's do that one more time. Bring that arm stack. You're looking to the right, and then open, and you're looking probably up towards the ceiling. And then pause here, and with your next inhale, your left knee opens up. Come back into that diamond shape. And take another squeeze, press down through those arms, those feet, squeeze through the glutes. And then bring those hands to your belly and gently bring those knees back up. We're going to bring those legs into the chest, hug those knees in, and then rock a bit from side to side. Take a full breath in, and take a full breath out. Coming back into our bridge pose. So plant your feet, arms by your side, push down through your arms and your shoulders. And when you're ready, press those hips up. This time, stay lifted. And with your next inhale, lift your right heel. So you're still on the ball of the right foot. And then right heel lowers. And then lift your left heel. And then left heel lowers. And then again, right heel and lower. And left heel and lower. Now, if you wish, both heels lift. Stay, exhale. Press through those arms, shoulder blades slightly towards one another, careful with cramps. And then with your next exhale, lower your heels and slowly lower those hips back to the mat. With your next breath in, your knees come into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then keep your right knee in, lengthen your left leg all the way out onto the mat. Keep it active, and then draw the forehead towards that right knee. At the same time, find some rotation through your right ankle in one direction. Press that lower back down, and then switch direction. And then pause with that rotation, gently release the head and bring your left knee in, lengthen your right leg out, rest it on the ground, but keep it active. And then pause, take a full breath in, and then use your exhale to draw the forehead towards that left knee, press that lower back down into the mat, and maybe find those circles through your left ankle, maybe a wiggle through the toes. Try not to strain through the neck or the face. Switch direction. And then pause that rotation. Gently lower the head back down. Bring both knees into your chest. Let's find a happy baby. Those knees are going to come wide. And let it be like a soft, kind of floppy, happy baby. So your heels can stay kind of dropping towards your glutes. Your hands can stay on your shins or behind your knees. Try to press that lower back down into the mat and think about broadening through inner thighs and groin. Take another inhale and take another exhale. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, let's lower those feet to the ground. Going to do a little bit of core work, and it might seem like it's not much, but if you're really doing it, I think you're going to feel it. So your hands are going to come to your thighs, your feet are planted, your knees are bent, and then we're going to lift those legs, but we're going to try and keep those arms extended. So you're pushing your hands into your thighs, as if you were trying to send your legs away from you. Your feet are lifted off the mat, and then press the lower back into your mat. And then resist. We're going to push the knees back into the hands, and we're going to find that kind of battle between the legs and the hands, pushing in opposite directions. And right away, I think you should feel that lower belly core really engage. And the trick here is to really push that lower back down. You might notice my voice get a bit quivery when I do this because I'm really working the push through my legs and my hands. Let's take 3 cycles of breath. Keep pushing those hands into your thighs. Another breath in. Breath out. One more. And then with your next exhale, lower those feet to the ground. Bring your feet wide, knees rest against one another. Open your arms out into a T, and then lower your knees towards the right side. Inhale, bring them back through center, and then lower them towards the left. And then again, bring them through center. Take them to the right. This time, pause here. Reach your left arm by your ear. Any amount, walking those fingers towards the space behind you. And find as much space as possible in the left side of the body. And then return through center. Knees can touch. Feet are still wide. And take it over to the other side. Knees go towards the left. And then get that extra space through the right side as you walk your fingers behind you. Keep the arm resting on the ground. And then find that extra stretch. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale. And return those knees back through center. And then from here, bring those knees into your chest, your hands behind those knees. And we're going to rock forward and back. I will meet you in a seat. So you could turn those legs overhead and then come balance for a moment on those sit bones and then return, maybe legs overhead. And then again, balance on those sit bones. And this last time, coming up. And then from here, bring the soles of the feet together, hands around your ankles, and then see if you can send your sit bones a little closer to your heels. Lift through that spine, shoulders away from your ears, and then press the pinky toe side of your feet against one another as you draw your knees wide and down. Take another full breath in, full breath out, and one more inhale. And then on your exhale, lift those knees, lengthen your right leg out in front of you. And then option here of keeping your left foot to the inside of that right leg, or if it's available, crossing that left foot over. Activate your right leg, toes are drawing towards your shin. And then as you breathe in, lengthen up, reach your arms overhead. As you breathe out, left hand comes behind you, your right hand wraps around that left knee, or elbow comes over the thigh if you want to go deeper into your twist. Early in practice, so don't overdo it. So arm wrapped around the leg, perfectly good. Take a full breath in, find length through your spine. Take a full breath out, maybe rotate a little further. One more inhale and exhale. And then as you breathe in, bring yourself back through center, reach your arms tall, and then lower your hands to the right side and allow your spine to round, the head to drop. As you breathe in, return through center. You can reach your arms up. As you exhale, lower your arms and switch the legs. Extend your left leg, bend your right knee, plant the foot inside of the leg or cross it over. And then find that lifted spine, reach your arms tall. As you exhale, your right hand is going to come behind you. And then your left arm wraps around that right thigh, right leg. Turning towards your right side, keeping that spine lifted. As always, using your inhales to find length. And using your exhales as you draw the belly to spine, engage abdominal muscles, encourage that rotation. One more breath. And then as you inhale, let's come back through center. Reach your arms tall and then lower those hands to the left as you find that rounding through your spine. Allow the head to drop. With your next inhale, coming back through center, maybe your arms lift. And then as you exhale, lower those arms down by your side. Let's bend both knees, cross the ankles, and maybe with or without your hands, plant your feet and rise all the way up to stand. Once you get there, uncross your legs and find your mountain pose at the top of the mat. Shift forward and back, feel the grounding through the feet. Maybe roll the shoulders. And then once you feel steady, strong, reach your arms tall, breathe in. As you exhale, lower your right arm down, side stretch. Inhale, bring yourself back through center. Take it to the other side, exhale. Inhale, back through center. On your exhale, forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, lengthen spine. Exhale and fold. Do that again. Inhale, halfway lift, bend in the knees. Maybe here is a good idea. Exhale and fold. Now inhale, half lift, hold here, spine more or less parallel to the ground, and then send your arms back. So arms by your side, palms are facing down, and now reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone and fingers reaching back, shoulder blades slightly coming towards each other. Breathing in. And then on your exhale, fold. As you inhale, chair pose, bend into your knees, rise that torso, arms lift. And on your exhale, bring hands to your heart. As you breathe in, push the floor away, lift all the way up to stand. Exhale, left arm down, side stretch. Back through center, inhale. Take it to the other side, exhale. Back through center, inhale. Folding forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, plant your hands and step it back, downward facing dog. Maybe it's the first down dog of the day. Maybe there's some movement. You might bend your right knee, lifting that right heel and then pressing down through the left heel. And then switch. Press down through the right heel, straightening that right knee, bend into the left. And then do that again. Lift, bend right knee, and lift through center, and bend left knee. As you breathe in, lift both heels, maybe even come onto the tiptoes. And as you exhale to a count of 5, lowering your knees to the mat. 4, 3, 2, hover. And the knees are on the mat. We'll meet in a table pose, hands under the shoulders. Give your fingers a little stretch out, but don't overstretch. So you want to keep a little bend in those fingers, and then press through the finger pads, the base of the fingers, thumb and pinky finger side. Untuck your toes and then inhale into cow. Drop the belly, chest forward, gaze up. Exhale into cat. And again, inhale and cow. Exhale and cat. We're going to add a little something. As you inhale into cow, lift your heels towards your glutes. And then as you exhale into cat, tops of the feet to the mat and float your knees just a little bit off the mat. And then again, inhale into your cow, heels to glutes, lift the gaze. Exhale into cat, round the spine, float the knees. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then neutral spine. And from here, puppy pose. Keep your knees and hips in line. Hands walk wide and forward. Chest towards the ground. And then you might make it first relax, so allow the chest to drop a little bit more. And then begin to make it a bit more active. See if you can lift your palms, come onto the fingertips. See if you can lift your elbows. Take a full breath in, broaden through the chest. Full breath out, lift those sit bones. One more, inhale. And exhale. And then as you breathe in, come all the way onto the belly, coming into your cobra pose. So your hands are going to be under your shoulders. Keep your elbows by the rib cage, gazes down. And with your next inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, lower. Now a few more cobras. One of the things to kind of work on here is imagine that you are drawing the heels of the hands towards your hips as you do your cobra. So rather than just pushing down, draw them in, your elbows by your rib cage. Again, inhale, coming into your cobra. Like drawing the heels of the hands back. And exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale into cobra. Squeeze through the glutes, press through the feet. And exhale and lower. Nice job. From here, push back through all fours and return to downward facing dog. Take a moment, breath in. Maybe an open mouth exhale. And another breath in. And exhale. With your next inhale, walk your feet to your hands. And on your exhale, fold forward. Take a little pause. Hold on to opposite elbows. Let the head be heavy. See if you can lift those sit bones a little bit more. One more breath. And then release those elbows, bend into your knees once again, coming into chair pose, arms come up by your ears. And then as you exhale, we're going to find an open arm twist towards the left side. So your left arm is going to go back behind you, your right arm forward, your torso turns towards the left. Keep your legs just as they are in your chair pose. And then as you inhale, come back through center, arms lift, and going to the other side, right arm goes back, left arm goes forward, torso turns towards the right. One more time each side, coming back through center. Left arm goes back, right arm forward, and then back through center. And last one, right arm back, left arm forward. As you inhale, back through center, and on your exhale, fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, really lengthen through your spine. Fold, exhale. We'll do those airplane wings again. So inhale, half lift, arms by your side, palms face down, reach those fingers back. Draw belly to spine, lengthen. Pause, breath in, and breath out. One more. And then on your exhale, release and fold. As you inhale, your left foot is going to step all the way to the back of the mat, and you're coming into a lunge. Now we're going to pause in this lunge. You can have your blocks under your hands. See if you can engage through that back leg. So sometimes, or a lot of times, or I'm guilty of that, we kind of get a little sloppy with the back leg and we don't use it as much. So squeeze through that left glute, really push the heel back, and then think about your thigh lifting. So your hips stay low, but your thigh lifts. So if you were trying to get your hamstring towards the ceiling, you'll notice your quad beginning to work quite a bit here. Take another breath in, lengthen through your spine. Breath out. Last one, breathing in. And then on your exhale, soften that left knee down. Maybe come onto the top of that left foot. Coming into a twist, your right hand is going to come to your right thigh. Your left hand stays planted. And then let's turn that torso towards the right. Give a little push through the right hand. Breath in. Breath out. And still squeeze through your left glute. One more inhale. And exhale. And then with your next inhale, turn. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. And then your right hand is going to plant to the inside of that right foot. And we're going to turn into a wide leg stance. So walk your hands towards the left, pivot on your feet, and we're coming into this wide leg forward fold. The feet are going to be parallel to one another, or slightly pigeon toe. And then hands on blocks or floor, halfway lift on the inhale, and folding forward as we exhale. Let's do that again. Half lift, inhale, and fold, exhale. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift, and fold forward, exhale. Now find your halfway lift, plant your left hand under your face, and then your right arm opens up towards the right, up towards the ceiling, and you're finding a twist with your torso towards the right side. Keep your hips level. Press equally through both feet, and then give a push through your bottom hand. Breath in, and breath out. Another inhale, and exhale, lowering that right hand, walking your hands to the top of the mat once again, pivot on your feet, find again your lunge, and then step it back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And take a long breath out. One more, just like that. And then with your next inhale, come out into a plank pose. And on your exhale, we're going to lower onto the belly. You're welcome to lower your knees. Try to get your chest and belly to lower more or less at the same time. Think about reaching forward, and when you're ready, elbows bend, and slowly with control, land all the way down. Coming back into these cobras, tops of the feet to the mat. Engage through your glutes. Think about drawing the heels of the hands back as you lift through your chest. Cobra pose. As you exhale, lower. Again, inhale, cobra. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale and lower. One more time. Inhale, cobra. And exhale and lower. From here, go through all fours, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Relax through the head, the neck. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And another one like that. And then let's walk those feet to the hands, come to the top of the mat, and find your forward fold. Exhale. Take a moment. Maybe you can wrap your hands, your arms behind the legs. Once again, allow the head to relax. And then release those elbows, bend into your knees. We're coming back into those chair poses. And we're coming back into those twists. So when you're ready, left arm goes back, right arm goes forward, find that turn. And then come back through center. Right arm goes back, turn to the right. Keep your legs in chair. Back through center. Only one more each side. To the left. Back through center. And to the right. And then breathing in, straighten those legs, come all the way up to stand this time. Right hand around your left wrist and pull that left wrist up and over. Side stretch. Bring yourself back through center. Switch the wrist, left hand around right wrist and pull it over to the left. And then back through center, arms go wide, neutral spine as best you can. Reach forward and down to fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. And then your right foot this time is going to step to the back of the mat and you're coming into your lunge. And again, let's just spend a few moments in this lunge, activating through that back leg. Makes quite a difference. And, when you pay attention to it, you might notice, that there's quite a bit that can go on in that leg. So push through that back heel. Keep your hips square, keep the hips low, squeeze through that right glute, and then think about the back of the thigh, right thigh lifting up towards the ceiling rather than collapsing down. Notice that right quad engaged, and then lengthen the spine. Take a full breath in. And take a full breath out. Relax the face. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, lowering that right knee down, untuck the toes if that's comfortable. Keep your right hand planted and your left hand is going to come onto your left thigh. And then as you push that left thigh away, you begin to find that torso rotation towards the left. Sometimes you need to find the position for your right hand. So you want to place it so that you can push into it rather than collapse. Okay, so sometimes a little wider helps. You want to be pushing the mat away with that bottom hand. Take another breath. And then let's return through center. That left hand is going to lower to the inside of that left foot. Tuck your back toes, lift that back knee. And then we're walking those hands towards the right side to come into that wide leg forward fold. And then again, slightly pigeon toe the feet, press through the pinky toe side edges. As you inhale, find that halfway lift, lengthening spine. And on your exhale, fold. Do that again. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale as you fold. This time come into your half lift, and your right hand is going to plant under your nose. And then we're finding that twist towards the left side. Try not to change your legs, so your left arm comes out and up, and your torso turns towards the left. Breath in and breath out. And another breath in, push through that bottom hand. And then as you exhale, lowering that hand, walk your hands towards the front of the mat, bend into that knee, and then step back once again into your downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and take a long breath out. One more inhale, lift those sit bones. And then on your exhale, lowering those knees to the mat. Let's come all the way into a child's pose, big toes to touch and sit bones towards your heels. Arms out in front of you. If you like that, you can bring the palms to touch, the thumbs to point up, and then bend your elbows and bring hands to the back of the head, back of your neck. And then you can start with a bit more of an active child's pose if you want. Push down through your elbows. And then you can relax into it a bit more if you wish. Staying for a few breaths. Noticing whatever you notice in the physical body, in the mind. And giving yourself another full inhale and full exhale. And then bringing those arms forward and then coming all the way onto the belly once again. This time looking for Sphinx pose. So your elbows more or less under your shoulders. Your chest is going to be lifted. Your forearms are parallel and your palms are pressing down. Engage through your glutes and your legs push down through the tops of the feet. And then the same thing that we were doing in Cobra. Think about your hands drawing towards your hips. Think here about your elbows pushing down and then pulling in towards your hips. You'll notice your shoulder blades come a bit closer. Your chest kind of walk forward a little bit more. Crown of the head is reaching tall. Take a full breath in. And take a full breath out. And one more inhale. And then on your exhale, gently lower that torso towards the floor. Bring the forearms in front of you, making a pillow for your forehead. Rest the forehead on them, and then relax your hips, heels out. Maybe wiggle your hips from side to side. Coming back to that breath, noticing the belly against the mat. And then as you breathe out, drawing the belly away from the mat. And then from here, we're going to look for a shoulder stretch and a little bit of work through the legs. So when you're ready, your right arm is going to come out into a T. And if into a T is a bit too intense for that right shoulder, bring it diagonally, kind of towards your hips. Okay. And then turn your gaze to the left, head is resting on the ground, your left hand by your face, and then roll onto the right side of the body. Maybe stack your legs, just like we did earlier, knee bent. Or maybe bend your top knee and plant your left foot behind the right leg. So there's a hip opening happening here. The knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. If you have this, you can work a bit with the bottom leg. So activate it, and as you inhale, lift. and exhale and lower, tap the floor. And then inhale, lift, using that inner thigh, exhale, lower. And again, lift and lower and lift and lower. One more time, inhale, lift, right leg, press down through the left foot. And then as you exhale, gently release down. Maybe as you breathe in, your left arm goes up towards the ceiling and you let it drop parallel to the right. We'll take 2 more breaths. Be gentle with that right shoulder, so don't overdo it, overstretch it. And then we'll all return onto the belly. Bring that left arm back. Bring yourself onto your belly. And just take a moment here. Once again, your forearms in front of you. Relax through those hips. Wiggle a little bit from side to side. Give yourself a full inhale. And a long exhale. And then as you are ready, let's take it over onto the left side. So left arm is coming out into a T. And then we're rolling onto the left side of the body. And then once again, head is resting on the ground or on a block or pillow. And then maybe those knees are bent and the feet are stacked. Maybe lengthen the bottom leg, bend your right knee and plant your right foot behind that left leg. And from here, you're more than welcome to stay. You want to give the hips, the glutes a little squeeze. Maybe a little work through that bottom leg. So as you breathe in, that bottom leg can lift. As you breathe out, lower. And again, lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. One more time and lift. And with control, lower. Press down through that right foot. Give a little push, a press through the left arm. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, let's return on to that belly. Bring those forearms in front of you. And once again, try to relax your legs. Wiggle your hips. Relax the face. Come back to the breath. And then let's roll onto our back body. So just flipping over. And then once you are there, drawing the knees into your chest. Rock a bit from side to side. And we're going to come back into some bridge poses. So as you feel ready, your feet will plant. Your knees are going to be bent. Arms by your side. Once again, remember about using your arms. So slightly draw the shoulder blades underneath you. And then when you're ready, lift those hips. Coming into your bridge. And this time we're going to hold it. You could stay here. You could interlace those fingers, drawing the shoulder blades even closer. And then pushing down through the pinky finger side of your hands and your arms. You could stay here or try lifting your right knee up and try extending your right leg towards the ceiling. Keep pushing through the left foot. Keep pushing through your arms. Active right leg if it's lifted. And then if it was lifted, bend the knee, return. And switching sides, knee comes in. You could stay with the knee bent, knee stacked over hip, or extend that leg all the way up. And it's active. You're pushing through that right foot, right arm, left shoulder, whole back body. Breath in. If the leg is lifted, bend that knee and gently return that left foot to the ground. Take another full breath in, squeeze through the glutes. And then as you exhale, release your hands and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, from upper to lower spine, will lower all the way to the mat. And then once that back body's on the mat, release those shoulder blades. And then bring your feet a bit wider and just let your knees rest against one another. Noticing any effects on that back body and allowing it to gently return to a bit more of a neutral place. Take 3 more breaths right here. And then bring your knees back to hip width and your feet. And then hug your right knee into your chest. Stay here or lift the forehead towards that knee. Press the lower back into the mat. Stay here or extend your left leg all the way out on the mat. Full breath in and full breath out. Relax the head back to the mat if it was lifted, and then gently guide your right knee over towards the left side, coming into a twist. Your right shoulder blade can lift off the mat, no problem. You might extend your right arm out towards the right. You might keep a cactus arm. You see if you can feel the stretch through the front of that right shoulder, right side of your chest. Breath in and breath out. And then gently return through center. Keep your right knee in the chest and bring your left knee in. Take a moment here, breathe in. And then keeping your left knee in, just plant your right foot with your right knee bent. Give that left knee a hug. Maybe stay or maybe lift the forehead towards that left knee. Push that lower back into the mat. Maybe stay here or extend that right leg all the way out. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes, the shoulders. Take another breath. And then on your exhale, release the head back to the mat if it was lifted. And then from here, gently guide that left knee over towards the right side. Send your left arm out towards the left. And then find that stretch through the front of the left shoulder, the chest. Breath in and breath out. And coming back through center, give that left knee a little hug, back body back on the ground. And then release that left leg. If it's comfortable to lengthen both legs out, find that. If you'd rather find a bend in your knees and plant your feet, you could do that. Certainly, if there's another movement that your body is calling for before you come into Shavasana, attend to that. And if you're long on your mat, make sure that you lengthen through the back of your neck. So allow the back of the head to slide back slightly, the chin to draw slightly in towards the chest. If your legs are long, let your feet flop out. And your hands might rest on your belly, or you might let them come by your side, palms facing up or down. Maybe an open mouth exhale, and then let your breath just be whatever it is. And let yourself be whatever you are at this point. Nothing else to do right now. Just be. And as always, if you have the time to spend a little bit more in Shavasana, feel free to do that. If you're ready to move, engage your breath first. And then follow that breath to add movement to your toes and your fingers, your ankles and your wrists. Maybe add your neck. And if it feels good, you might stretch your arms overhead, fingers moving away from toes. Eventually from the back body, coming onto one side. And then giving yourself a breath in. And a breath out. Using the hands to prop ourselves up and finding a comfortable seat to end practice in. Hands resting on thighs, at heart, finding that lifted spine, shoulders away from ears, and soft face. And as always, let's first acknowledge the practice, acknowledging ourselves for practicing. Acknowledging those who practice with us at any time. Acknowledging those who make it possible. And ending with a word that means that the light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.